Okay, so you couldn't differentiate between people over there and people over there on Earth in the old Europe, Asia, India, Arabia as much. And things like, okay, the Arabs discovered that with cotton you could make a thick garment that you could actually put fireworks on and go into battle and then set off the fireworks when you were in amongst the knights and horses, and they would get so afraid that they would freak out and the knights would fall off. So the Arabs invented this thing, this coat, this fireproof coat made out of cotton, and that's where the word coat comes from, is from that invention, from the Arabs. Coton. Right, they invented the padded cotton thing that we now call a coat. And the word coat, coton, that's Arabic. You speak Arabic when you say cotton. There's a lot of words like that. Tons. There's tons of words. When you say them, you're speaking Sanskrit or Hindi. Indian languages from India. Okay? There's, if you study etymology, do it online. Go to online etymology. Just look it up. You'll find it. And a wonderful tool. You can look up the history of words and find out where they come from. And you'll see how concepts changed. White people are very related to their Eastern brothers and sisters completely. Don't have this separate thing. Don't do that. That's dangerous. That is really wrong. We're all one, and we're finding that out. And we're finding out that physics and science equals the highest religion. That the two meet. Faith and science will meet. That's right, and they already are. Like, for example, and we're finding out that physics and science equals the highest religion. That the two meet. Faith and science will meet. That's right, and they already are. Like, for example, science finds out things like people who pray live longer, or people who are happy live longer. People who have faith heal faster. Why? Because there's something about our thoughts. Feeling like we have prospect, feeling hope, nourishes our body. Oh, okay. So there's actually some byproduct of religion. Sure there is. You know, bowing, when you bow, which is a religious practice, blood goes to your head, which is very good for you. You think better. If you bow, you will think better. Right? And if you bow to a deity, your God, not only will you think better, but you'll feel like you have some hope and prospect and meaning in life. And those things bring joy, which bring better health. You think better, you make a better society, you build a better road, you teach a better school class. Hey, this leads to a better society. And Westerners need to grasp back onto this. We may be turned off because of Christianity failing us, but that doesn't mean religion doesn't exist, or that God doesn't exist, or that truth doesn't exist. No. Read other ones. Don't think that you're separated. First of all, if you think you're white and therefore you're Christian, that's a joke, because your ancestors fought to keep Rome out of Europe. They fought and died to keep Christianity out of their homelands. When Christianity was first spreading, and like the French king Clovis was king, he used to go slaughter Saxon chieftains all over Germany, like hundreds and hundreds of them, for worshiping their own gods. They weren't worshiping Christ, so he went and killed them and converted their lands en masse out of great fear of his armies. Christianity was spread at the tip of a sword, exactly like Islam in many countries. Do not think you are better, and do not think you are Christian because you are a convert to Christianity if you're white. Your religion in the old days was something entirely else, okay? It was very much like Hinduism. Many gods, gods of nature, gods of lakes, rivers, worshiping nature, pantheism, you could say, paganism, you could say, whatever. It wasn't worshiping one Jewish prophet. It was, and one God. It was the science of life, which is like what Hinduism is, which is like what we're returning to in great numbers, because we find it's more true. Science has brought us to this. Evolution has brought us to this. It's very evolved to go to a place where you are completely peaceful, ethical, moral, vegetarian, smart, educated, talkative, healthy, That's what's good. Not unhealthy, not uneducated, not having a colloquial local culture based on stupidity. Like these days it's hip to dumb down things. It's actually like the kids are shortening the language in order to be hip. Like this culture of, yo, what up, dog? That's not progressive in my mind. It may make the people doing it feel like they have a group, which humans want. But I think that they should try to make a smarter group. You know, yo, what up, dog, is not going to go anywhere. That's not going to lead to educated, broad-minded, you know, no. And then, you know, the fact is that culture ostracizes its own people if they do become educated somewhat. So that's not the way to go. Video games, garbage food, violent movies, violent games, even things like football, unnecessary, very unnecessary. And I specifically mean American football, not soccer football that's played everywhere else on earth, which is not violent. Notice that in American football, they wear armor. In the other football, they just wear a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, and they run around kicking a ball. Very innocent. In football, people get really hurt, American football, and it's very violent. It conjures up images of war. War and weapons should be put out of sight, only brought out when needed. There should not be a culture of knives and guns and killing and blood and gore and people wearing this in public on their shirts, you know, violent things. That's not good. We don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants to be stabbed, killed, slashed, mutilated. Nobody does. So why wear that? Why do that? It's stupidity. So we need to change the culture, and we can borrow from our Eastern brothers and sisters, which is what they are. They're not enemies. They're not weird. They're not far away.